The next clip is Jonelle Robinson from Syracuse University's Department of Geography, talking about how maps are racist. I'm not joking.
Critical cartographers have studied maps for years and years, and they find they're socially constructed, right?
Right. Why wouldn't maps be socially constructed? What is the social construct of a map? Is it not meant to be an accurate representation of a geographical feature? Where's the racism in this? And you know that this is definitely going to be racist.
And expressions of power, that historically maps have been used to colonize and conquer and are primarily created by white men.
The primary purpose of maps is not to colonize and conquer. It is incidental that colonizers and conquerors used maps to navigate around the world. Surely by this logic, almost any tool that a human being uses is a tool of colonization and conquest. You absolute lunatic.
Those who engage in critical cartography are interested to use maps for different purposes.
Well, I'm certainly glad you're not using your maps for colonization and conquest.
To show the alternative viewpoints.
What alternative viewpoints are maps going to give you?
Counter-cartographers seek to use maps to tell these different stories of the oppressed, focusing on topics such as social deprivation, poverty, and hunger. Community geography is influenced by radical geographers such as Bill Bungay, and Bill Bungay is one of my heroes.
Maybe I'm not fully informed as to the purpose of a map, but I thought it was to give you as objective information as possible of an area of the terrain. I mean, what is a map actually going to tell you about oppression?
He was a geographer who worked primarily in the 1960s and 70s in the Detroit area with members of the community, mostly youth in the inner city, to produce maps that sought to expose social and racial injustices.
Your interpretation of what is on a map is what's important, not what the map itself is saying. The map itself surely has to be objective. But of course we're dealing with postmodern critical theorists, and there is no such thing as objectivity.
This is one of the maps that students working with Bill Bungay created in the 1970s. And if you can't see the label, it says, "Where commuters run over black children on the Point's downtown track."
So it's not so much a map as it is a data set, is what you mean. And we could pull out data sets for almost anything and then represent them on a map for people to be able to see occurrences that have happened. And I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and assume that you're not saying that commuters are accidentally running down black children on purpose because of their bias. Are you?
So he used maps to shock and to tell different stories, to tell the story of those who have been oppressed and marginalized in society.
You would think you would have maps for all of these kinds of things, wouldn't you? Where's your maps for Chinese children, or Native American children, or Indian children, or any other kinds of children? You don't have them because you have a particular bias of your own, and that's what you're expressing. This isn't about being critical. This isn't about objectivity. This is about activism. Just come out and say it.